If you like purple eyeshadow, then you're going to love today's tutorial. I have two really good friends here on YouTube, Leanna Dalton and Andi from Andi Does Stuff, and one of them is having a birthday. In honor of Leanna's birthday, Andi and I have teamed up to do a collaboration using Leanna's favorite color, purple. I am going to be using two palettes to create this look, the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette and the Juvia's Place The Violets palette. I'm not sure which shades in each one I'm going to use. I'm just going to get started and play. To prime my eyes, I use the AOA Studio Soft Base Nude Eye Primer. This does have some opacity to help cancel out redness, and it helps your eyeshadow to stay where you put it. If you use a little too much, it will crease on you, but if you just go in and tap it out before you put your eyeshadow on, that should take care of it. Once it sets down, it will not crease. I do not have any base makeup on today. I'm going to be using some pretty deep colors, and if there's fallout, I want it to be easy to clean up. I do have my brows on, however. Since I'm not doing the base makeup yet, I'm just going to push the bangs out of the way to one side, and I am going to use this shadow tape from e.l.f. I cut them in half because one of them is really overkill. You don't need that much. When you put these on, make sure you get underneath your bottom lashes and then follow the line of your bottom lash line up and out towards your eyebrow. This will help ensure that you get an uplifted look to the outside of your eyes. The trick here is getting the second one even with the first one. I think I did okay. I'm going to use this iconic eye brush set that I got from my Jen Phelps giveaway that I won. If you haven't seen that video, I unboxed this massive giveaway that I won, and I'll put that up in the cards over here for you to look at. I got them all out of their packages, and they're so soft and pretty. They are fairly light colored bristles, so I hope that these purples don't stain them, but if they do, they do. The first thing I'm going to do is take this large fluffy brush and go into my Wet n Wild Brulee for a base. From my crease to my brow bone, I just like to set that eyeshadow primer. Helps to conceal that redness and veining that I have there and provides a nice base for blending the shadows that are coming. These do not have numbers, so then I'm going to take this slightly slanted fluffy brush and I'm going to go into the Zodiac palette first, and we're going to be using these purples down here, and I'm going to go into the very lightest one and start building up that transition and crease area. I have a feeling that many of my subscribers also subscribe to Leanna's channel, but if you have never seen one of her videos, I suggest that at some point you take yourself over there and watch one, because you are in for a treat if you do. There is definitely no problem with pigment in this Zodiac palette. Many of you know that BH Cosmetics filed bankruptcy last year and was bought by Makeup Revolution. They did come out with some new palettes recently, and the reviews were not fantastic. However, the Zodiac palette is their original formula, and it has the circle of baked shimmers that are absolutely fantastic. Wait till you see. This palette is available on the BH Cosmetics website. It's $25. I managed to find it at TJ Maxx for $7. It was in that interim time when we knew that Revolution had purchased them, but nothing had actually been done or come out. So I got a great deal on this palette. I'm going to take a slightly smaller, denser brush, and I'm going to go into the next deeper purple shade and start deepening up the crease. I am tapping that brush off on my palette, which is actually a ceramic soap dish from the Dollar Tree, so that I do not have as much fallout. Not that it's going to be a problem because I don't have any makeup on, so it'd be easy to clean up, but I am still tapping it off. So just a little bit more about Leanna. She is kind, and she is so incredibly generous. She has sent me some amazing things. That's actually not as deep as I want this to go, so I am going to go into the Violets palette now, and I'm going to pick up this super dark shade right there on this domed brush so that I can get really right into the outer V area. Tap that off. So, like I said, Leanna is gentle, but she's also tough as nails. She's wise and drops these little pearls of wisdom for you when she's doing videos. You never know when they're going to come or what they're going to deal with. But her wisdom has helped me in ways that she doesn't even know about. She is also incredibly funny. I laugh out loud sometimes when I'm watching her videos. And if you haven't ever stayed to the end of a Leanna Dalton video, you are missing out, because she ends every video with a makeup tip for her son Christopher. And she explains in some videos why she does this. When she was first starting, she told her son that if he subscribed to her video, that she would give him a makeup tip at the end. And he did, and so she does. And occasionally she tries to get by without her Christopher makeup tip and gets called on it. And I have called her on it because it's one of my favorite parts of her videos. So now we're getting a little deep and smoky out there, but it's time for some shimmers. And I like to use my finger most of the time for shimmers. You can put your shimmers on with a dry brush. You can wet your brush and put your shimmers on. You can use a dry finger, or you can put it on and then wet your finger and put it on. And all of those application methods will give you a little bit different level of shimmer, so you can pick one that works best with the formula you're using and the level of shimmer that you're desiring. I am first going to go into the shimmer in the Juvia's Place Violet. This is the darkest one. The purple shimmer in the Zodiac palette is a little bit more silvery, and I wanted this more purple for this look, so that's why I'm using this one instead of the Zodiac. And I'm just going to put this right in this outer corner, about 1/3 of the eye. Like that. Oh yeah, that light. I think I've taken care of the lighting issue, we'll see. And then just the same thing on the other eye. And you can see by the condition of this tape here that if I didn't have that, I would have a lot more fallout and shadow where I didn't want it. Then I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place and use this shadow right here. These do not have names, by the way. And I'm going to put that on my ring finger. Isn't that pretty? And that's going to go on the center and front portion of the movable lid. Wow, look at that shimmer. That's amazing. This is just dry, by the way. This is not wet. These Juvia's Place shadows are pretty amazing. This palette is still available on the Juvia's Place website. It's $15. And that is just stunning. I'm going to take that first brush that I used with the lighter purple and kind of just go back in and blend the top of this a little bit. Then I'm going to take this little pencil brush and I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place shadow, and I'm going to pick up this kind of silvery purple right here. It's such a pretty color. I'm going to use that for my inner corner. It's called Gemini. Leanna, Andi, and I found each other kind of at the beginning of last year, and we teamed up to give each other feedback and help in growing our channels. And what started as a somewhat business arrangement has grown into just an amazing friendship, and I am so grateful for both of these ladies. There is a really dark purple in the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to take that because I want to even give more definition in that outer corner. So we're going into that one, back on that same domed brush that I used earlier, and just really concentrating that right here in this outer V. And then taking that other fluffier brush that we used the medium color on and just blending the edge into what we had. Yeah. I'm anxious to see what palette Andi chooses to use for her purple look for Leanna. And if she does a lighter, softer look or a really deep and smoky look. Oh yeah, now I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to take just a clean, fluffy blending brush to blend my edges. And if you've heard family noises in the background, it's Saturday, and so my husband and my daughter are out in the other room and they're chatting, and that's just the way my life is, so I'm not going to stop filming just because there's a little chatter in the background. I am going to take off this tape, and you can see what a great job that does at giving you a nice distinct line there. And now I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup and I'll come back to finish my eyes. I'm back and I have my face makeup on. I first used the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer, and then I used the Touch in Sol No Problem just in the T-zone and on my chin to fill some pores in there. Yeah, so the gripping primer kind of helps with hold everything on, and then the pore filling primer is just where I need it. I used my Believe Beauty foundation. I have two because one was too light, so I got a darker one to mix so I can use them both. When I repurchase, and I will repurchase because I love this foundation, I'll get the one in the middle so I don't have to mix anymore. I used the Kosas Revealer Concealer that I got from Jen under my eyes and love this. It is a little trickier putting on your concealer when you already have your eyes done. I do have a bit of darkness here in the very inner corners on my nose. And so I actually like to use kind of a flat top denser brush to just really help get in there without messing up the eyeshadow. If I don't have my eyeshadow on, I just use my finger and kind of press it in, but then it will get on my eyelids if I do that. So that's why when I already have my eyes done, I use a brush. Then on my cheeks, I used the Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island, and I got this in an Ipsy. It's a little bit of a warmer bronzer, but it's still very light, which is great on my fairer skin. For blush, I used the Primer Infused Shimmer Blush from e.l.f., and this is in Always Preppy. And then the last thing I used on my cheeks was the Flower Beauty Highlighting Trio. You can see that I've been pretty hard on this, and I really love it. I used the lightest color in here for my highlighter. And I went ahead and put on my lip products. I was going to use a bolder lip. I don't necessarily believe in the if your eyes are bold, your lips can't be, but I didn't have one in the right tones of purple that went with this eyeshadow. So I decided to go a little more subdued on the lips, and I used the Believe Beauty lip liner in Barely There. Just picked this up last night. I've already used up 2 of these perhaps. This is a really good lip liner if your coloring is similar to mine, for just a basic nude. Then I used my Essence matte lipstick in Naked Blush. This is the one that I have in my PUD project, and it's almost gone. Very favorite color, I think, of all time, and I will repurchase this when it's gone. And then also from Essence, I used the lip gloss, and I don't know the exact name of this because it's worn off, but the color is Happiness in a Bottle, and it just really goes very well with this lip liner and lipstick combo. So let's get in and finish these eyes. I am going to clean off one of these brushes in my shadow switch. I want to take the lightest purple first and just start building the color under the eye. I'm going to connect this area here so that there isn't quite such a stark line, but I don't want to pull it down. I want it to stay lifted. And this color I went ahead and brought all the way across. I'm going to go into that smaller domed pencil brush into the deepest purple, and I'm tapping off quite a bit of that onto my palette. And that is just going to go under the outer edge and blend into this area right here. Blending up so that I don't drag it down. Then I'm going to take this angled liner brush into the dark purple in the BH palette, and I'm just going to press that right into the lash line. So it's kind of a wiggle and press. I'm not drawing with it. Just kind of filling in the base of the lashes. Filling in the base of the lashes like that will help make your lashes look fuller, especially if they're light colored like mine are. For my tight lining and my waterline, I'm going to use the LA Girl Ultimate Eye Intense Stay Auto Liner in purple for the upper waterline, and I'm going to use the Maybelline Lasting Drama Light Liner in Moonlight Purple. So this one's going in the lower waterline, and I just grab a puff so that I don't mess up my face makeup. And then the darker purple is going on the upper waterline. I like to put on my setting spray before I put on my mascara because putting it on after tends to re-wet the mascara and then I end up with it everywhere. So today I'm going to use the Essence 18-Hour Fix and Last Fixing Spray, but I have put it into an empty e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist bottle because this bottle is crap. And it is really weird because this sprayer generally gives you a really fine mist, but with this setting spray, even the droplets that come out of here are heavier, so I don't know what it is. The setting mist itself works fine once you get it on your face, but it does kind of just feel heavy when it comes out. So, not one of my favorite products from Essence. I have a lot that I like about Essence. In fact, I did a full face of Essence, and I'll link that up here for you if you haven't seen it, but this wasn't one of my favorites. And now I'm going to put on some mascara, and I'll be right back. In this section, you'll see that sometimes I'm just not very good at this. Apparently, I hit record when I thought I was hitting pause, and pause when I thought I was hitting record, because the part where I tell you about my mascara and lashes is not on here, but the part where I'm doing a little extra blending and that sort of thing is. So the mascara that I used while I was away was the Get Big Lashes Volume Boost Waterproof from Essence. And then I used, in honor of Leanna, because these are her favorite lashes, I used the Deodor Half Lashes. These are from Amazon, and I will have a link to them down in the description box below. They're such pretty lashes and really give a nice look. And because putting on eyelashes can be a bit of a pain sometimes, I use the Lashed Up Liner Glue pens that make it so much easier. You just put this on like you would a liquid eyeliner, and pop the glue on. There's no waiting for it to get tacky or anything like that. It is so much easier than traditional glue. And so I will have the lashes and these liner glue pens linked in the description box down below. Some of those are affiliate links, and if you shop through them, I get a few pennies, and I appreciate your support. As far as I can see, there's only one thing left to do. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leanna. Happy birthday to you. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, Leanna. I hope all of the rest of you have as well. And I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed day. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.